What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another powerful Reddit-style story. Today, we have an emotional roller coaster from a betrayed wife who caught her husband red-handed in the worst way possible at their own daughter's dance recital. What she did next for revenge is ice cold and satisfying. If you love cheating husband stories, public confrontation tales, and ultimate comeuppance, this one's for you. Let's dive in. My name is Amber. I'm 38 years old, and for 15 years, I thought I had a solid marriage to Derek. We met in college, built a life together, and had our beautiful daughter Madison, who's now 8. Derek works in sales, always charming, always closing deals, always the guy who lights up a room. Or at least that's what I believed until everything came crashing down at the Riverside Dance Academy. I was standing in the lobby, holding a bouquet of pink roses for Madison after her big recital performance. The place was buzzing with proud parents, flashing cameras, and little girls in tutus running around. Then I saw them. Derek had told me he'd be late because of a work thing, yet here he was, arriving at the exact same time as this woman I'd never seen before. They weren't touching, they weren't even standing close, but I noticed everything. The way she glanced at him when she thought no one was looking, the way his phone had been buzzing nonstop, the new cologne he'd been wearing, and how he'd suddenly started going to the gym 5 days a week after barely managing once a month for the past decade. Her name was Vanessa, early 30s, blonde, beachy waves, dressed in that effortlessly put-together casual way. She was pretty in that Instagram filter kind of way. And then it hit me. She had a daughter there too, a little girl named Lily around Madison's age who ran straight into her arms after the show. Derek smiled in their direction, not directly at them, but like he was somehow part of their moment. My stomach twisted into knots. Madison came running out next, her bun slightly messed up, cheeks flushed with excitement. "Mommy, did you see my arabesque?" I scooped her up, forcing a smile that felt like it might shatter. Derek walked over, ruffled her hair, and gave the same lame excuse. Work thing ran late, but I caught most of it. That night, after we tucked Madison in and Derek kissed my forehead before heading to the shower, I did something I'd never done before. I checked his phone. His passcode used to be our anniversary date. He changed it months ago, claiming security reasons for work. But Derek isn't creative. On a sick hunch, I tried the date he first came home really late 3 months ago. It unlocked. The messages were there, dozens, hundreds, going back months, saved under Ross, client, but it was anything but business. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Wear that blue dress I like. Thank you for last night. You're incredible. I know this is complicated, but I've never felt this way before." Her name was Vanessa. They'd met at the gym inside the dance academy while the girls were in class. She wasn't divorced, like the story he'd implied. She was married too. I felt like I was going to throw up, but I kept scrolling, taking screenshots of everything. When Derek came out of the shower, I pretended to be asleep, lying awake all night while he snored peacefully beside me. The next morning, while getting Madison ready for school, I created a fake Instagram account. Vanessa's profile was public. Workouts, green smoothies, her daughter's art projects, the perfect mom life. Then I found it, a photo from months ago with her husband Nathan. "Best 8 years with this one. Happy anniversary to my amazing husband." She wasn't single. She was a married mother having an affair with my husband. I saved everything into a folder. After dropping Madison off, I sat in my car at a coffee shop and cried, the ugly, body-shaking kind. But after 20 minutes, the sadness turned to pure anger. Derek didn't get to blow up our family, make me feel crazy for months, and bring his mistress to our daughter's dance recital like it was normal. Vanessa didn't get to play happy wife on social media while sleeping with my husband. I needed a plan. It took 3 days to find Nathan Bradley. He worked in construction management, a big guy who looked like a former college football player. I found his work email and sent a message. "Mr. Bradley, I don't know you, but I think we need to talk. It's about Vanessa and my husband Derek. I have proof." He replied that night. We met at a park the next day. Nathan looked gutted. He checked her phone after my message and confirmed everything. 7 months of lies. We sat there, 2 devastated spouses sharing the same pain. Then he mentioned their 10-year anniversary was coming up. Mine with Derek was 2 weeks after, the big 15-year one, at our usual fancy spot, Marillo's. Derek loved the showy public celebrations to prove we were the perfect couple. That's when the idea hit us both at the same time. We met twice more to plan every detail, while Derek and Vanessa continued sneaking around thinking they were so clever. Nathan and I played the perfect spouses at home. It was torture acting normal, smiling over breakfast, asking about their days, letting them kiss us goodbye, but the payoff would be worth it. The night of our anniversary arrived. I got ready in the red dress Derek had bought me years ago. Madison was at her grandma's for a sleepover. Derek looked sharp in his suit and told me I looked beautiful. The drive to Merlot's was quiet. My hands were shaking, but I kept it together. We arrived right on time. The hostess led us to our table in the semi-private section, and there they were, Vanessa and Nathan at the table right next to ours. Derek froze, his face drained of all color. Vanessa's eyes went wide with panic as she looked between all of us. I played it perfectly, acting surprised and delighted. "Oh, what a coincidence! Derek, look, it's Vanessa from the dance academy, and this must be your husband, Nathan, right?" Nathan stood up, extending his hand. "Nice to finally meet you, man. Vanessa talks about Madison all the time." I insisted they join us. The hostess merged the tables into one long one for 4. Derek and Vanessa were trapped, forced to sit across from each other with their spouses right there. The tension was electric. I smiled brightly as the waiter took orders. "So, how do you two know each other again? Just from the dance academy?" Vanessa stammered. Nathan's voice was flat and cold. Derek tried to suggest we leave, but I shut it down. "It's our anniversary, honey, and it's theirs too, 10 years. How perfect is this?" Nathan leaned in. Though it turns out, not all of those years were quite what I thought they were. The air went ice cold. I laid it all out, calmly but loud enough for nearby tables to hear snippets. We knew everything. The 7 months of lies, the gym meetups, the secret messages, the way Derek had gaslit me for months, making me question my sanity. Derek tried to deny it at first, then begged me quietly to go home. Vanessa looked like she might faint. Nathan stared at his wife with pure disappointment and said he had already moved her things out that afternoon. The waiter brought our food to a silent table. No one ate much. Derek and Vanessa barely touched their plates. Nathan and I actually enjoyed our meals, making polite conversation about the kids' dance class while the cheaters squirmed. By dessert, the truth had spilled out in front of half the restaurant. People were whispering. A few recognized Derek from local events. The humiliation was complete. We left separately. Derek tried to talk in the car, but I stayed silent. The next weeks were brutal. Arguments, tears, him packing bags. I filed for divorce quickly with all the evidence in hand. Thanks to our prenup and the clear proof of infidelity, I got primary custody of Madison, the house, and strong child support. Derek moved Vanessa in quickly after the divorce finalized, but it didn't last. The fantasy crumbled under the weight of reality, 2 angry ex-spouses and shared custody complications. Last I heard, they were fighting constantly. Nathan and I stayed in touch as friends through the process. We supported each other through the divorces and co-parenting challenges. Our daughters are still in dance together and have become good friends. 6 months later, at another recital, Derek and Vanessa sat on one side looking miserable, while Nathan and I sat on the other, calm, healed, and moving forward. I didn't just expose the affair, I took back my dignity in the most public, poetic way possible. Derek brought his mistress into our daughter's world. I brought her husband into his perfect anniversary celebration and watched it all burn. To anyone going through betrayal, document everything, protect your peace, and remember your worth. You don't have to scream or chase. Sometimes the quiet, calculated plan speaks the loudest.